My name's Steve Woods. I'm from a business called Arcade Screen Printing in Sydney, and also Screen House, which is a yardage printer in Sydney, and we sort of speak to people about different education around screen printing with the brand Print Edition. This video is predominantly to show you one of the really big aspects of PERMATONE inks, and that is the power of their pigments. So we want to work with this Magenta, PERMATONE Magenta ink, and I sort of want to show you how this split up still provides a really powerful sort of pigment value when you're actually printing onto shirts, and also just to show you the practicality of mixing that down. I'm a real fan of the PERMATONE system, real fan of the PERMATONE or the PERMASET inks in general, simply because they have such a holistic, environmentally driven process, but also because they're probably professionally the best water-based ink manufacturer in the world, to me. If I'm ever teaching anybody about how to use these inks, there's 2 or 3 really key aspects to it, and this power of the pigment is one really massive key aspect. And I'm going to show you by splitting the power of this straight out of the bucket down, and then still using that onto a textile here, which will just be a t-shirt, and then I'll just show you that really roughly, but then we'll go on to a tea towel, and you'll sort of see how it works in a professional sort of avenue. So our first thing is, I just want to show you, this is a litre PERMATONE Magenta, so it's really quite powerful, straight out of the box, and it's really quite strong, and that's sort of where we're going to start here. So zero that out. I'm just going to go in with half of this. Okay, it's 501 grams. The whole idea of this process is to show you this. So this is the PERMATONE clear base. And now, I want to go in with 500 grams on top of this up to 1 kilo. After a while, you just get very good at pouring to the gram. And I'll just mix this up. So I have that. Okay, so this is half again, so this is technically a quarter of where we started. So here's my screen. I always print towards myself. I really like the detail that you get from printing one direction. So even if you're on a loose mesh, you still get your real sharpness of your detail. And so what I do is I always split my ink into 2 portions, and then I'll print forward. As this is my first print with a new screen, I'll do 3 to make sure that my screen's wet. So here's my first one. Yeah, that's my first. Yours at 45 degrees or so, doesn't really matter, as long as you're there somewhere. Here's my second print, back towards myself again. I go up and I grab the last one, so this is my third. And so even if you're at home, like behind me, we have flash kill machines and stuff like that. This is a very basic machine. And so I'll lift this up and I'll just cover this. On the same angle I printed forward with, I'll cover that. And if you can see my pink, that's at 1.65, 1.65. 1, 2, and this is my empty stroke to make sure everything is wet. Being a black, you probably didn't really need it. And I'll flood back. And there's my print. You can see the contrast with the black against the pink, and this is really where the artist wanted to be when they created this piece of artwork. So it's really quite a subtle pink in the first place, but that's the pink that the artist wanted.